The night Eliza ran, the river was frozen, and the men chasing her were gaining ground. She didn't stop to think. She didn't stop to pray. She didn't stop at all. With her child clutched to her chest, she leapt onto the cracking ice of the Ohio River. Each step could have been her last. Each jump echoed with the sound of boots behind her. But fear gave her wings, and love made her reckless. By the time the slave catchers reached the shore, Eliza and her son were already vanishing into the darkness, carried forward by strangers who still believed in kindness. Back in Kentucky, Uncle Tom stood quietly as his fate was decided. Arthur Shelby, "Ty deads have run, Ewa war ned, Eat Tim." But Tom believed in keeping his word, even when the price was his freedom. So while Eliza fled north with her child, Tom was chained and sent south toward a future darker than any winter night. On a Mississippi riverboat, Tom met Eva St. Clare. She was small, pale, and strangely radiant, the kind of child who spoke softly but made adults listen. When she slipped overboard and nearly drowned, Tom saved her without hesitation. Her father, shaken and grateful, brought Tom on the spot. And for a moment, life softened. In the St. Clair household, Tom worked hard and lived gently. Eva read And in return, compassion. She saw people as people, not property. Even Topsy, wild and neglected, felt the warmth of Eva's kindness. For a time, hope lived there, but hope in this story is always borrowed. Eva fait l'île. Everyone saw it coming except her father, who refused to believe that someone so bright could fade so quickly. When she finally died, the house fell silent. Eva forgave everyone, loved everyone, and somehow left them all broken and better at the same time. Her father promised to free Tom. Then he died too, and Tom was sold once more. This time there was no kindness waiting. Simon Legree's plantation sat rotting in the swamps, a place where cruelty grew as naturally as weeds. Legree did not want obedience, he wanted submission. He beat Tom, mocked his faith, and swore to break him. Tom endured. He helped others. He prayed. He refused to betray Cassie and Emmeline to women planning their escape. When Legree demanded answers, Tom stayed silent. When the overseers whipped him, Tom forgave them. Even as his body failed, his spirit did not. By the time George Shelby arrived to buy Tom's freedom, it was too late. Tom died forgiving his enemies. But his death was not the end. Cassie and Emmeline escaped. Cassie found her lost daughter, Eliza, and their family reunited in freedom. They crossed into Canada, then toward a future where chains were only memories. George Shelby returned home, freed every enslaved person on his land, and told them they owed their freedom to Uncle Tom, a man who owned nothing, yet changed everything. And so the story ends where it began, with courage, with sacrifice, and with the quiet power of a soul that refused to be broken.